अभी आपको दिखाई दे रहा होगा। तो अब ऐड बटन पे क्लिक कीजिए और उसके बाद यहाँ पे आना है वीडियो कैप्चर डिवाइस। लुक एट दैट, क्या नाम है? वीडियो कैप्चर डिवाइस। यहाँ पे क्लिक कीजिए वीडियो कैप्चर डिवाइस पे। जैसे आप क्लिक करोगे ये पूछेगा कि भाई आपको नया डिवाइस तैयार करना है, क्योंकि हमने एग्जिस्टिंग तो कुछ ऐड नहीं किया है। यस, यहाँ पे आप उसका नाम दे सकते हैं वीडियो कैप्चर डिवाइस का, माय वेब कैम वगैरह कुछ भी नाम दे सकते हैं और ओके बटन पे क्लिक कीजिए। जैसे आप ओके करोगे एक स्क्रीन आएगी और उसमें आपका कैमरा जो भी कनेक्टेड है वो दिखाई देगा। जैसे अभी आपको मैं दिखाई दे रहा हूँ और मेरा जो कैमरा है वो कनेक्टेड है इसके साथ। अगर आपका लैपटॉप है तो डायरेक्टली डिस्प्ले होगा लैपटॉप। मैंने तो वेब कैमरा लगा है, मैं डेस्कटॉप पे काम कर रहा हूँ और मैं कंफर्टेबल समझता हूँ डेस्कटॉप पे काम करना। तो बेसिकली आपको यहाँ पे ये दिखाई देगा कि भाई आपका कौन सा कैमरा नीचे देखिए, राइट। यहाँ पे अगर आप ये कैमरा नहीं रखना चाहते तो आप ऐसे OBS का वर्चुअल कैमरा आ जाएगा, उसमें कुछ नहीं आएगा, बट एक विंडो आ जाएगी। लेकिन मुझे ये कैमरा चाहिए जो मेरा कनेक्टेड है अभी, और उसकी वजह से मैं अभी वहाँ पे दिखाई दे रहा है। कॉन्फ़िगर वीडियो भी ऑप्शन है इसमें। ये इंटरेस्टिंग ऑप्शन दिया है इन्होंने कि भाई इसमें आप क्या करना चाहते हैं, इसका ब्राइटनेस वीडियो का कम ज्यादा करना चाहते हैं आप कर सकते हैं। देखिए ब्राइटनेस होगा, यहाँ पे डार्क मत कीजिए, बिल्कुल दिखाई नहीं देगा।
Okay, are we back?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, this is the last session, last 1 hour. So it's basically the future directions which have been already, somehow touched. But yeah, mainly the workshop review and maybe what you can continue to do in your future to make your not only your anthropological or somatometric any research effective. Okay. Okay, so again I'm not going to explain the definitions, or now at least by after all these 10 hours, 9 hours at least, you all know what somatometry is and what somatoscopy is, and their applications as well, and what all are the traits or what all are the things which are actually taken into consideration also. Now, what are the research scopes that that lies under the area of indices? Okay, because we have seen we have seen cranial index, then nasal index and facial index as well, and we have discussed the advantages of the indices as well. Now, as I said कि बहुत ही कम data available है regarding these indices या फिर population का indices details को लेके there are बहुत ही कम data available. So obviously if people highlight more in doing research on these areas, okay, and maybe कल को कुछ और भी application निकल आ सकता है. See, research is a continuing process, ठीक है? Nothing is going to stop. If you find something, it doesn't mean that it stops there. Okay, this continues. Learning and the research is a never ending procedure that goes on. Okay, so basically what indices were, हमने वो recap नहीं किया. What indices are, it's basically it's ratios या फिर कोई derived values after you calculated somehow from all the anthropometric measurements that were taken. Okay, which actually provide insights into various aspects of your human anatomy and forensic investigations. Okay, um, क्यों चाहिए था? What was the main significance of indices or index? Anybody? Main significance क्या था? Why did we actually take indices या फिर calculated values?
For defining a shape.
Okay, क्यों define करना चाहते थे again? Ultimate
Uh,
goal is to.
Personal identification.
Yes, so obviously, it helps in identifying individuals mainly by assessing their population traits, yeah, for population characteristics, okay, and also by understanding their biological variations as well. So commonly used is there cranial index, nasal index, and facial index. Okay, cranial index is the ratio of your cranial breadth and your cranial length. Okay, so that you can classify your skull shape and also infer ancestry. Application is it can be used to assist in personal identification and recognize and also for ancestry estimation. If we are talking about facial index is basically the study of your facial height and your again facial breadth. It was useful for studying facial morphology. Okay. And main application कॉस्मेटिक्स में होता है but yeah also helpful if we are talking about forensic context then yeah helpful in facial reconstruction. Okay, then हमारे पास we have nasal index as well. Nasal index is again the ratio of your nasal height and breadth. Again, nasal index also provides main clues regarding the geographical location of the person या फिर individual. Okay, so main applications of these indices in forensic cases are they actually aid in matching the skeletal remains, okay, with the missing persons only based on the ratios and the measurements. Also, cranial indices contribute to understanding ancestral origins and biological relationships as well. Also, if you estimate the missing features or reconstructing facial profiles, this facial reconstruction only from the skeletal remains can be possible. Also, if we review again the key techniques used in forensic anthropology, we discussed about osteological analysis जहाँ पे examination of bone structure is usually done to identify the individuals because it literally helps in identifying age, sex, ancestry, stature, etc. from the skeletal remains. Okay, and again, if we're talking about DNA analysis, genetic profiling can help in identify, establish identity and also biological relationships. Also, applications are matching DNA from skeletal remains, living or if any you have that can be of very great help. Also, we're talking about
Ma'am, your
basically
voice is breaking.
oh, is it? Just a second. Is it okay? Let me rejoin. Let me.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Fine.
Yeah. Thank you. Just a second. Okay. So yeah, facial reconstruction. I think वहाँ से miss हो गया होगा. So it's basically the reconstruction of facial features from skulls using different whatever anatomical data is already available. Okay, या फिर 3D modeling के help से. Okay, so it basically acts as a clue या फिर an aid so that a little help can be done in the identification of unknown individuals. Okay, so see, if there were many techniques that were used to estimate ancestry and biological relationships as well. Main one is morphometric, जो हमने एक बार discuss किया था. It's basically the statistical data of the cranial and the post cranial measurements were used to estimate ancestry, and also these helped in classifying individuals into ancestral groups based on their skeletal features. Also, if we come to biochemical analysis, ये आपने already सुना होगा, because this is a common method that has been already in use, because it's basically analyzing the isotopic and elemental composition of the bones, so that clues regarding their geographical locations and their dietary patterns can be taken. Also, providing insights into past human migrations and lifestyle as well. Okay, just a second, just a second. Okay, so again, as we said, if the study of the indices have to be taken into longer heights, or sorry, higher heights, then more research is the only option. Because आप लोग अभी आपने सर्च किया होगा, अगर कभी करेंगे तो you'll find very lack of documents, or the online data available, या फिर there's no such repository you can find. हमने बोला कि if you get repositories या फिर any database, it actually doesn't exist much, or maybe सारी populations के लिए नहीं होंगे. तो obviously it's a vast region. See, if same study can be done using different population, that can also give you very good results. Okay, so obviously, going behind skeletal indices is always a good option, because you can explore the use of skeletal indices to gain deeper insights into population variations and individual identifications as well. Then if you go behind the dental indices, you can potentially investigate the um, you can get help in age estimation, if more accurate stature estimation techniques can be developed, so that all these long procedures can be cut down into shorter ones, or of lesser numbers. Okay, Abhi, we said like there are already existing methods for reconstructing stature and physical characteristics. Mainly used and already available ones are these long bone measurements. Okay, using this basically is using measurements for long bones to estimate body height and other physical attributes. Okay, the application is, it helps a lot in reconstructing the stature of individuals from incomplete skeletal remains. Also, there is forensic taphonomy as well, which is the study of postmortem changes to the skeletal remains. So that, see, I said no, कि it doesn't always mean that आपका DNA will always provide you with all the, sorry, your bone will always provide with all the details regarding DNA or maybe other features. So this is completely, the taphonomy is a study on that, because there are n number of external factors that can be your environmental factors, you have a decomposition factor, anything that can actually affect your skeletal remains or cause post-mortem changes to it. Okay, so this basically helps in determining the time since death. and along with the conditions that has been affecting your remains. Okay. Also, we looked into the future trends in forensic anthropology. Obviously, as any other field, AI stands as a main trend, and we also can go with 3D scanning and modeling as well. Because see, now we are in the era jahan pe increased use of 3D scanning technologies. These are used to create better models from skeletal remains है ना. Also, it helps in enhanced accuracy in the facial reconstructions and well, so that they can help greatly in the analysis of skeletal features. Also, there are advanced imaging techniques as well, because see, development of high resolution imaging जैसे कि हमने पहले बोला and discussed थी, there are CT scans, there are MRIs for detailed bone analysis as well, because these can give detailed visualization या फिर ability to see the internal structures or to detect internal pathological changes as well. Also, if we integrate genetic research, which is mainly genomics and bioinformatics. Okay, so these can provide comprehensive data DNA profiling particularly. Also, and help in ancestry determination as well. Also, we talked about ethical considerations and data privacy. I'm not coming back to it. Then interdisciplinary collaboration also we discussed. Yeah. Also, future trends in forensic anthropology. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Importance of continuous learning. Again, it's all about how you go behind a topic. I know आजकल it has been a trend कि हम we follow lots of topic, but yeah, if you feel comfortable with a topic and if you literally feel like going forward with that, no, you should keep a track, a good follow up on the literature review, maybe at least for the जो अभी past 5-10 years का at least जो papers research papers निकले हैं, at least we should have a hold or update on the latest papers. Okay, then also conference, then workshops, then आपके symposiums हो गए. So these are things, or these are the place or meetings जहाँ पे we talk to the people who are interested in the same subject as us. ठीक है. Because obviously we as a single person we cannot know everything, and we literally need few people to you know um, who have interested in the same subject as us, and so that we can relate to their concepts and ideas as well, so that, and also you, that's a place where you build your connections, you build your work network and exchange ideas. Maybe you get good collaborations, you get good co-authorship, you can get invitations for writing a paper maybe, or maybe a book chapter, etc., etc. Also, mentorship. We should always believe in seeking guidance and expertise from the experienced people in your field. Only because we talked about anthropology here, it's for it about every guide. Okay, because we know and
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
oh, it went again. Just a sec, just a sec. Is it okay now? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay ना, ठीक. Connection going. Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So also, yeah. So we were telling about seeking guidance and expertise from the experienced people in your field, not only in anthropology, in any field you're working on. Also continuing education, uh, because see, um, everyday research and papers and books, everything comes up. So it's always necessary for you to engage in ongoing trainings, because there are much more instruments coming up. We talked about few calipers and boards, maybe osteometric board, anthropometric board, but yeah, we don't know. शायद कल कोई इंस्ट्रूमेंट आया होगा ओस्टियोमेट्रिक बोर्ड से भी बहुत अच्छा रिजल्ट देने वाला है ना. सो एक तो वो इंस्ट्रूमेंट आया है, इसकी नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. नेक्स्ट थिंग, इंस्ट्रूमेंट यूज कैसे करें, इसकी नॉलेज मिले. सो staying up to date to all the technologies and connections and connecting with people who already are engaged with this can help you a lot in with your professional development, as well as or uh, bring more and more opportunities to you. Okay. Then, yeah, emerging technologies in forensic anthropology. We have already discussed everything: the scans, cameras, photographies, artificial intelligence, AI, ML, virtual analysis, 3D scanners, etc. etc. Collaborations also. We talked about cross disciplinary partnerships, जहाँ पे partnerships or approaches of collaborations from other disciplines were discussed. Okay. Mainly the fields like genetics, archaeology, pathology can actually enrich forensic anthropological research. Also, establishing international partnerships and sharing best practice to advance the global understanding of forensic anthropology. Also, assembling diverse teams of specialists can help in tackling crucial cases, and they'll be able to give comprehensive analysis. Also, we discussed about the ethical consideration कि आपको एक रिसर्च करते वक्त क्या क्या देखना चाहिए, क्या क्या नहीं देखना चाहिए, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. Okay. Yeah, so this is all about if. Hello, hello. Was I audible at the last slide? अभी ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
Shreya, was I audible? Hello. Yes, na?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So okay, just a second. If you give me, see, that's all about the whole day 10. But if you guys give me just 10 seconds, I'll just download my. I just thought of sharing my master's dissertation with you. So, उसमें I've tried to do a similar study. Just a second, huh? Yeah, is my screen visible? Is my screen
Yes, ma'am.
visible? Yeah, so basically it was almost 3 years back. So it's just a predictive analysis of the cephalic, nasal, and facial indices among female North Indians and South Indians. Okay. So okay, so we'll just quickly see the abstract. Here, what I did is basically my sample size was 200, 100 South Indians and 100 North Indians. So the results were the baseline of cephalic index indicated that participants from South India are more mesocephalic and from North India are more brachycephalic. And the facial index of participants from South India and North Indians were both hyper Euro prosopic. यहाँ पे मैंने हाइपर भी कंसिडर किया था, वी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट ओनली यूरो एंड द अदर टू. तो नेसल इंडेक्स में पार्टिसिपेंट्स साउथ इंडिया एंड नॉर्थ इंडिया वेर मोर, साउथ इंडिया के मोर वेर ऑफ लेप्टोरिन एंड नॉर्थ इंडिया के मीसोरिन, एंड ये दोनों बैलेंस ही कर दे रहे थे. ओके, there is a, and my study also indicated that there is a moderate effect between the age group and nasal index, and significant difference in cephalic index has actually ऐसे in detail, this is a statistical study, इसीलिए effect and moderation की बात करी गई है. So basically this was my मेन रिजल्ट कि कौन से कैटेगरीज के अंदर आ रहे थे. ठीक है. सो सी दिस इज द टेबल आई फॉलोड. आई सी जो हमने इंडेक्स के रेंज बताए थे, इट कैन वेरी. अब अगर आप ऐसे सिंपली गूगल भी करोगे ना, यू कैन गेट 6 to 7 शीट्स. जैसे कि आई फॉलोड बैनिस्टर्स क्लासिफिकेशन. अगर मेरे स्टडी के हिसाब से, इफ आई ऑफिशियली डू अ पेटेंट और maybe I officially put forward a classification based on my readings and numbers, that will be Madonna's classification. So already 6 to 7 classifications are available online, but हाँ mostly studies ने Bannister's किया था, तो मैंने भी Bannister's ही कर दिया था. Okay, so you can have a close look to the cephalic index, head shapes and the facial index. I hope the screen is visible. ठीक है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And the nasal index का भी. Okay, this is the range of the cephalic index classification. Yeah, and this is the range of the nasal index classification. देखो यहाँ पे जस्ट स्टडी में तीन इंट्रो में मैंने तीनों क्लासिफिकेशन जो अवेलेबल थे फॉर द नेसल इंडेक्स एट दैट बिफोर 3 years, वो ऐड कर दिए. सो दिस इज बेसिकली द नोज टाइप. Also human significance. ठीक है. Literature review, there were I guess maximum 5 to 6 good studies I got at that time. Simple methodology था मेरा. Okay, the data was collected from 200 female participants. जैसे पहले बोला था 100 from South Indians and 100 from North Indians. ठीक है. Purposive sampling technique was used because ये मेनली मैंने कोविड के टाइम में किया था. तो वी डिड इन द कॉलेजेस ऑफ बैंगलोर, क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली साउथ इंडिया और नॉर्थ इंडिया पूरा नहीं घूमा. सो बैंगलोर के कॉलेजेस में से ही साउथ इंडियंस एंड नॉर्थ इंडियंस का ले लिया था. So this was done basically in 2 months, and between November 2020 to January 2021. And the South Indians were basically from all the five South Indian states: Kerala, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra, and Tamil Nadu. North Indians mainly UP, Bihar, Haryana, Punjab and Delhi से लिए थे. इसीलिए I call it as a like preliminary study. I can't say it as a high tech study because मैंने पूरे साउथ इंडियंस का डेटा भी ले लिया था एंड पूरे नॉर्थ इंडिया का कंप्लीट किया भी नहीं. आई टुक जस्ट 5 स्टेट्स ईच. एंड ऑल्सो यहाँ नॉर्थ इंडिया में दिल्ली भी ले लिया था. ओके, सो also any individual with the craniofacial trauma were excluded. कोई भी अगर एक्सीडेंट किसी का भी हुआ तो they were excluded because we saw that even traumas can have an impact on the skeletal system ना, इसीलिए उनको पहले ही exclude कर दिया गया था. All the samples of mine were between the age group 20 to 30. Okay, so the procedure basically was before the data collection, the investigators, see this is where I put forward कि मैंने जो लिया है वो मैंने consent के साथ लिया and the what is the procedure I followed, etc, etc. Okay, so before data collection, the investigators individually met the participants, provided the appropriate information, clarified the doubts and took written informed consent. ये एक स्टेटमेंट मैंने डाल दिया. अब होपफुली कोई आगे जाके मेरे से पूछेगा नहीं. ओके, आज तक मेरे से किसी ने पूछा नहीं है, लेकिन इट ऑल कम्स अगर बाद में एथिकल कंसिडरेशन होते, यू शुड ऑलवेज हैव देयर कंसेंट फॉर्म साइंड विद यू. Okay, the values obtained were documented. All the measurements were taken with subject sitting on a chair in a relaxed state. ये हमने बोला था कि हमें कैसे measurements लेना है. Relaxed term is very important. And head in an anatomical position. Readings were recorded by the investigators and repeated thrice on each subject. उसका भी हमने discuss किया था कि why is it necessary to take readings more than one time, so that कि हम authentication ensure कर पाए. Okay, and its mean value was considered for the analysis. Then all the measurements regarding the nasal index, etc, etc. Cranial index के लिए हमने spreading caliper यूज किया था and nasal index के लिए हमने sliding caliper यूज किया. This is a spreading caliper. My screen is visible है ना, क्योंकि मैं मीटिंग में नहीं हूँ तो I can't see if that is going error. Yeah, so this is the spreading caliper. This is used for your cranial index and this is your sliding caliper. ये तो देखा होगा, I guess दोनों ही देखा. एंथ्रोपोलॉजी वालों ने तो दोनों ही देखा होगा. Okay, and बाकी सब स्टैटिस्टिक्स यूज किया था, तो मैं ज्यादा आप लोगों को बोर नहीं करवाऊंगी बिकॉज द मीन एंड स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन वेर यूज. ठीक है, टू एस्टैब्लिश द वैल्यू एंड टी टेस्ट एंड काई स्क्वायर टेस्ट वेर डन and all the datas were recorded in the sheets and Jamovi was the software we used at that time. Exclusive criteria इसलिए mention कर दिया because any person who has migrated, who has a history of migration up to the level of grandparents from any other state were excluded from the studies. जो हमने states mention किया है तो migration history वाले को नहीं लिया है. So yeah, that is all. बाकी results and discussions मेरे तो पूरे statistics में है, तो anyways that will be of no use for you guys, I guess. So it's all about finding the mean and the standard deviation. It's all statistics little applied. So yeah, I guess we can ignore this portion completely. Yes. So if you want, I can share these references with you. ये 4 साल तक पहले तक तो इतने references थे. If you want, I can copy paste all the references so that at least आपको थोड़े papers तो already available मिल जाएंगे. ये सब it doesn't mean कि पूरे ही इंडिसेस के स्टडीज है, ठीक है, कुछ कहीं भी मेंशन भी किया है तो आई टुक दैट बिकॉज बहुत ही कम स्टडीज थे एट दैट टाइम. अभी बहुत टाइम से मैंने थोड़ा फॉलो अप नहीं किया है रिगार्डिंग द स्टडीज, तो अभी का हालत एक्चुअली आई हैव टू सी. So this is all about, if you guys ever want to start a study on this, you can please get a start. मतलब एक वो start के लिए initial stage के लिए you can try with this, because this was very long back. So अभी जब मैं देखती हूँ तो I also feel कि what corrections I could have made या फिर कुछ add कर सकते थे. But then my main limitation at that time was एक तो स्टूडेंट है, अगला इट वाज कोविड टाइम. तो कोविड टाइम में every resource was limited. Even I didn't even meet my guide once for my supervisor once for this thing, so everything was limited, so इसीलिए जैसे तैसे वाला हो गया था. Yes, so that's all about it. Please let me know if any doubts are there. Yeah, should we need more discussion on any topic? Yeah, do you have any ideas to share? Do you anything?
Ma'am,
Yeah,
this is just a general query.
yeah.
Can you explain about the forensic audit?
Forensic audit
Yes.
of what? Audits
I mean,
can mean
this is the
anything.
topic actually. Actually, I have
No.
heard this term, the forensic audit, and its importance in forensic investigation.
Okay, see, forensic audit is something जो हर field में है. Okay,
Okay.
as a term suggests, if you मैंने recently yes 2 days back I saw in LinkedIn somewhere कि there is a vacancy for forensic auditor. ठीक है, so this is a very generic term, and as there are many specialization या branches in forensic science, we have bio, we have chemistry, we have cyber, blah blah blah. Audit applies to everything because this basic it's a examination या फिर evaluation. Okay, mainly
Okay.
ये audit term हम बचपन से ही सुनते आ रहे हैं अकाउंटिंग में.
हाँ.
तो फोरेंसिक में भी ज्यादातर फोरेंसिक अकाउंटेंसी में यूज करते हैं because it's a person's financial information का details.
Okay.
Okay, so it can have it can be of any मतलब किसी भी पर्पस से आप ढूंढ रहे हो, या फिर ढूंढने के लिए हो, इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग के लिए हो, डॉक्यूमेंटिंग के लिए हो, या फिर मिसकंडक्ट के लिए हो, लूटने के लिए हो, फॉर एनी रीजन इफ यू take details regarding some other another person's financial things, that can be called an audit. Okay, and
Okay.
also audit is also done in legal concept. ये जो income tax वाले आके कर रहे हैं, है ना, रेड मारते हैं, they are doing audit. Okay, so for fraud in detection या फिर यूजुअली हाँ फाइनेंशियल मैनिपुलेशन के टर्म्स के आसपास ऑडिट्स यूज किया जाता है. ऑल्सो साइबर क्राइम्स में ऑडिट्स यूज, मतलब वही फॉरेंसिक ऑडिटर जब बोलते हैं इन रिगार्ड्स टू आईटी फील्ड, इट्स बेसिकली व्हेन साइबर क्राइम्स आर डन वेयर मनी इज इन्वॉल्व्ड. जहाँ से हम सुनते हैं ना कि बैंक से इतना पैसा चला गया, so there should be some audit done. Also, if I'm telling about arson cases, arson पता है ना, like intentional fire cases. तो जब आपका फॉर एग्जांपल वी ऑल हैव प्रॉपर्टी इंश्योरेंस, है ना, लेट्स इमेजिन हमारे घर के लिए और हमारे बिल्डिंग के लिए यू देवश्री हैज टेकन अ 1 crore का इंश्योरेंस. ठीक है, तो आपका इंश्योरेंस इज गोइंग टू एक्सपायर. तो आपने क्या कर दिया, आज आग लगा दिया, क्योंकि 1 crore रुपए मिल रहा है तो मिल ले. ठीक है, आप सोचो कि योर बिजनेस इज गोइंग इन घाटा, तो 1 crore तो मिल जाए. लेकिन
Mhm.
ऐसे ही कोई बजाज या LIC कोई भी आके आपको 1 करोड़ नहीं देगा only because it fire caught up. They'll conduct audit. A surveyor will come. A forensic investigator will come. So what the
Hmm.
surveyor does is the audit.
Okay.
What forensic investigator does is the investigation कि आग लगी तो कैसे लगी? Is it suicidal? Is it a homicidal? Is it accidental? We'll conclude on that part. The surveyor will conclude. जब आप बोल रहे हो 1 करोड़ का नुकसान आपका हुआ है ना? तो मैं भरोसा कैसे कर दूं कि आपके पास 1 करोड़ का सामान था? It can be anything. अगर आपके पास 1000 कुछ पैकेट था, देयर शुड बी सम डॉक्यूमेंट्स जहाँ पे आपने अनलोडिंग का या फिर आपके बिल्स होने चाहिए. सो द सर्वेयर विल चेक दोस. सो दैट्स द ऑडिट डन देयर. So as per the situation changes, the audit, that's basically analyzing somebody's documents, mainly financial documents. That's audit done.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually
Ma'am, could you
corporate security में usually. हाँ बोलो. श्रेया आप बोल रहे थे कुछ. कौन बोल रहा था? श्रेया?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes. Ma'am, could you please share your contact details? I wanted to discuss something about my thesis, like some
Sure.
suggestions.
I've
Yes.
already shared. I'll share again. Just a second.
Okay.
Yeah. I've dropped my mobile number and my mail ID.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much. We can stay connected. If anybody is on LinkedIn, actively there on LinkedIn, I saw Shreya's request right now. I'll accept for sure. That's a very best platform to get connected, I guess, professionally. But yeah, anyways, I'm just a text away or a call away. You can always give me. You have that freedom. That's always fine. Okay. So I hope we had good 10 days, maybe 10 hours. Okay. So please, if this whole topic was of interest to you, थोड़ा सा देख लेना, see if this is going to work for you. या तो yeah, take your time and make decisions on this topic. Always at any point if you need my help, my contact details are already there. नहीं तो सर से भी बोल देना if you want to connect to me somehow. ठीक है? Anything else? Anybody? All good?
Ma'am, it was a wonderful session. You made everything like feel very simple. Thank you for
Yeah,
that, ma'am.
thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyways, this is simple only. जो समझ में हमें आता है वही समझना है. I don't believe in पूरा scientific explaining all scientific things. बस समझ में ही तो आना है. What else do we need? So yeah. Okay. So anyways, even my PhD topic is not any of these. It's a toxicology plus some biotechnology, etc., etc. So I'm basically working on plant toxins. So at any time, if anybody feels interested in that or wants to help me as well, because I am also a PhD candidate, so I also find myself helpless at times. So if you are interested in that topic, or if you want to share something or ideas or want to ask, we can learn together. So yeah, I hope that's all. In near future, we might see be together for some other collaborations as well. Thank you so much for being a good part. Thank you so much. Sir, can we log
Thank
out?
you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's late. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Good
Good
night,
night.
Good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.